I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight. There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you.
I think it's the circus maker.
Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form at doing so, after all.
Well.
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your voice.
No.
Then that's where we need to go. My parents are in there somewhere.
Oh, gods!
Oh!
Are they gonna say it? What happens if they don't say it? Yes! Oh, goodness, yes! I am a good dog! Fantastic stuff! Oh, yes, you're lovely. You can come back.
Oh!
Oh, here we go. Here it comes. Yes, yes, yes! Amazing! Perfect! No notes!
Hail, friend. Fine day, isn't it?
Oh.
Forgive me, you're in no mood to talk about the weather. Your journey here was a hard one, no doubt. Is this your first time in Baldur's Gate? Is that so? Enigmatic soul, aren't you? A word of advice, then. You might not get as warm a welcome as in days gone by. Used to be you'd arrive knowing you'd a full belly and a warm bed waiting for you. Not anymore. These days, there's barely enough to go around. Add the refugees on top and, well, folk aren't feeling too generous.
Okay.
I've been asking myself the same question. I wouldn't be the first to interfere. Some well-to-dos in the city donated enough to see the newcomers right for the time being. Only they didn't bother helping everyone else. Locals going without while strangers feast. It stoked the fire, all right. Some Baldurians are kicking up a fuss round the front of the barn as we speak. If I wasn't wearing this uniform, I'd walk round there and teach him a lesson they'd never forget. What peace. If no one steps in, there'll be bodies piled high in the streets before long. Those refugees have been leeching on our city for too long. If we don't show them that we mean business, they'll bleed us dry. We need to march round the front and kill every last one of them. Let's see them eat our food with their guts on the floor. What do you say?
No.
Tell them! I'll cut out their eyes and make them watch.
Yeah. I had a feeling. Okay, now her hair's blonde again.
You
I like a strawberry
slither
blonde.
closer, belly dragging in the filth. Father is laughing at you. Have you lost your nerve, my blood-starved sibling? Oh, did I mangle your skull too terribly? Do not worry, slaughterkin. My blades are still sharp and sweet. They will greet you soon enough.
So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun. We have been looking for you. The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future.
When I was hunting you, I was to bring you back here, interrogate you, discover how to save our children, and then destroy you.
But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
Free. Not while his master still lives. But he has perhaps earned a second chance. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr'Zar's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead. I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them.
I know our plight is grim, but if there is even a chance to save them, we must take it.
If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
I suppose. Yes. Yes. Revenge, I can do.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt.
Wait for the vampires.
Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 with Dagmorraine and the gang. We're all in our circus makeup because that was last episode. We agreed to help the Gurs in taking revenge for their children. And mainly we've just approached...
Do not stand here and wait.
Oh, okay.
How much further can I go?
Sorry. Yeah, we just entered, like, the general area of Baldur's Gate. We haven't even, like, been inside Baldur's Gate, but... found lots of interesting stuff.
Another quake.
Jeez.
What's going on?
We've had 3 in just, like, one little
It's the Elder Brain.
area here.
There's something happening to it.
Oh. It's causing the earth to shake like that? Like, that's It's pretty concerning. What? There's blood down there.
Something's off here, but I'm not sure what.
Anyone else? No? Okay. Footprints. Smashed thing. Does the basket have anything in it? Just some rags. A cave entrance. Okay, we will check that out after we go down here. Let's see what this blood is about. It's definitely a body. Gemless ring. Do I have...
No time to dally.
It's great to see clown makeup, you know.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Pushed, felt bones break, darkness.
Yikes, okay.
None.
Yeah.
Man buying heirlooms. Vulture challenged him. Brothers died on the road. Man tried to buy.
Lovely.
Garrett.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
What to do?
Well,
at the ready.
I don't know that there's much we can do for that person, unfortunately. There is a cute little area down here. If I can look at it with my UI out of the way. Random empty bottles everywhere. There was some
Bet that will fit in my pack. Open up.
Some more grass. Torches. Not anything we need anymore.
That's curious.
Ooh. Very useful. Lobster cage. Okay, well, I want to go back up. I'm going to that cave now. With some autumn crocus as well. Is that an empty bird nest? No, it's just a bucket full of hay. Where'd that cave mouth go? Maybe it is further up. Ooh. This is someone's basement. Imagine having a basement like that.
Best be on my way.
Bumpnagel. Nichols. Oh, I know them, don't I?
I need a quick word.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
Okay.
These birds have seen everything.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery? Then leave me to my work.
Okay, sir.
Only if you're quick.
Actually, I'll keep it just in case. I might be able to use it for, Is Asterion just continually succeeding at hiding right now? Yeah. He is... Ooh, a biscuit. Nimble fingers. Interesting, but it's only for little people. Thunder palm strikers. Ooh. If I had anyone that used unarmed attacks. Flash blinder. Ooh. Jesus! I did not see that price tag. Whew! Honestly, I think I'm good. I will I don't really want to... I will still use the clown hammer, only because I plan on making a different playthrough that uses the clown hammer, because that's too good. It's too good. Anyway, okay.
Now let me get back to it.
Finally. What is he doing?
I need a quick word.
It stopped, but it'll happen again. It keeps happening. The shivering, shaking, quaking. Don't you feel it?
Yes.
There's something underneath the city, inside the rock. But when I ask the stone why it shakes, it only screams. I want to go home.
No. I'm so sorry, Nichols.
Locked. But there's no keyhole. Must be a switch or something nearby.
There you are, Bongle.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you. I hope.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I am with you against the likes of Gortash.
Good. We don't have a chance unless we stick together. Not while the Gondians' metal monsters are patrolling the streets. The Steel Watch, they're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it.
You know, I'm drawing a lot of parallels right now, but I'm not gonna say them specifically.
A tyrant's nothing without lackeys. And the Gondians are the perfect lackeys. Dangerously intelligent, pathetically submissive. They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given a chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit.
Yeah.
Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A room powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
I agree with this sentiment the most, I think. I do want to stop mechanized horrors as a druid. But
it's liberation. The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes, spitting in his face. Now they'll die like the dogs they are. Fine. You want to try flapping your gums in the belly of the beast? Be my guest. But their idea of diplomacy is a steel fist shoved where the sun don't shine. So take the bomb. Just in case I'm right and you're wrong.
Okay.
As long as you see sense, I don't care when you see it. The foundry is in the lower city, down by the docks. Beautiful building. Belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of Watchers in no time.
Okay. That should be cool. Well, we definitely have a lot to do here, huh? And I am over encumbered again. Can I... Oh, I forgot about that. We're gonna send that to camp because I don't want that thing. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. This is so cool, but I'm sad that I can't use it. because it only works in the Shrine Temple. What is weighing me down, honestly? I don't know. I need to get some different underwear. I don't... They're... Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, sorry, goodness. Why is it bound to me? Why is it not bound to Shadowheart still? I don't know. I still prefer Minthara's clothes. I'm just a little over. I guess I could send that to camp. It's supposed to be heavy. Yeah, 16 pounds. Now, someone was showing me, my friend was showing me that the druid, the spore druid, is supposed to have like just different spore things that you can push out, but I'm not sure if it was specifically just the factor of him being a spore druid or if it was like a piece of clothing. I feel like I vaguely do remember there being another section of stuff I could do as a spore druid, but I don't know where it is anymore. So I guess I will end up finding out at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I will see. Oh, I forgot I have tenacity. You can just do tenacity anytime. You don't have to ask about that one. Because, I mean, like, if I miss an attack, yes, just deal 2 bludgeoning damage anyway. Okay, yeah. So it seems like those are my only class actions. So maybe it's that he was at a higher level, or alternatively, it's like a clothing piece that adds that effect. So, anyway. Oh, okay.
Let the kid come. He wants to tease the refugee.
Here goes nothing.
It's been almost 15 years since I bought this forge from old Gassoon, and in that time I thought I'd seen everything, but I was wrong. The scimitar that Rivington Rat brought in yesterday is the third weapon made of infernal iron I've purchased in the last month. The only infernal weapons I've seen since I've been here. Of course, I sold them all pronto, probably getting less than I might have if I was willing to sit on them for a while. But that's something I am not willing to do. Mama Anglarian, or Angle Iron, didn't raise any fools. But still, I have to wonder, where are these diabolical weapons coming from? So I'm guessing that's Damon's work. Or Damon. I'm not sure what's the proper way to pronounce his name.
If we do this right, they'll run for the damn hills.
I keep forgetting that there's like shorter races, and I keep thinking there's a bunch of children just like running around everywhere, and then I go, oh, yeah, obviously there's... I don't know why I keep forgetting.
I ain't looking to make friends or enemies. Go bother someone else.
Okay, ma'am. Yonks. Zog.
If you're after a job, Neverwinter is on the lookout for adventurers. That's where we're headed.
Ooh, wait. Wait. Does that mean they're going to be working on a Neverwinter game? It might. It might. That would be very cool. I would love to see them make more of those games again. Especially if they're as good as this game is. Even if they're just like close to as good as this game is, I'd be more than happy.
You look like you need to clean off the road dirt. Almost as much as I do. No good inns with hot water in a tub on this side of the crossing, though.
Fair. I've been thinking a lot about the whole controversy with everyone being mad at Larian for creating Baldur's Gate and just the ridiculousness that is AAA game devs right now. I do think it's funny that like devs are taking it as a personal attack, that, you know, people are excited about a game that truly possesses everything that it's supposed to when it launches, and that it doesn't have a bunch of microtransactions, and it's successful and is full of life and interesting little things to pursue, and it fills the roles that an RPG is supposed to. But a lot of games coming out within the last 10 years have fallen into worse and worse quality when they're released, and it's just become a big issue. And I've been thinking a lot more about how earlier games, there was, like for example, earlier Elder Scrolls games and games like that used the same content over and over and over again, but produce new storylines within that content. So like, for example, they could use the same general textures and the same base level for their game, so they could just use the same pieces that they've already created specially for their own series, and then just reuse them all the time. And I don't know why we don't do that in the gaming industry anymore. I don't know why that's not a thing. Like, everyone just starts the next game entirely from scratch and just like completely redoes everything. I don't really understand that. I feel like, especially with a game like this, like Baldur's Gate, this is beautiful, this is gorgeous, this is top of the line. I don't feel like it needs improvement in visual aspects. I feel like you could take the same base and just create more games with new storylines, and maybe add like some new clothing, or like new outfits, new faces, you know, stuff that makes sense to add, right? But you could just take this same general basis of information that you have, resources that you have, and make more content with it. And I don't know why that's not done anymore. And I really hope that Larian does that, because honestly, this game, currently where it is at such high quality that like most people, unless they have close to top of the line equipment, can't run this game. So letting people catch up to where top of the line is currently, and creating more games with the same baseline and just like letting them catch up, I think would make way more sense than trying to go up and up and up and up and up constantly. Just my general takeaway. Honestly, because I think most games are super beautiful nowadays, but like there's no content because we're so focused on making them pretty and like not reusing old content in any capacity, and I think that's just dumb.
Flaming Fist investigation underway. Stay back.
Okay.
Nothing to do with his death. I swear it.
And for what? You didn't even fight back. I tried.
You throw a fit when there's no hot water. You wouldn't last a day out there. The priests will open the temple up again. You'll see. They're good people. Holy people.
Can I please have some food? Oh, sorry. I thought you were a priest.
I mean, I'd give you food.
If you're looking for Ilmatar's charity, you're out of luck. They've turned their backs on us, like everyone else.
Ilmatar,
Bet you won't get kicked out of the temple. They blame us for everything.
Temple worship suspended until further notice. The faithful endure.
The crying one weeps today. Our father Lorgan is dead. Murdered. I don't want to talk. My heart is in mourning.
It's fair. Sorry.
Rest with him. We need change. We let more outsiders in, and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelnane, Father Lorcan, it's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorcan? How did that work out?
Thank you, stranger. Father Lorgan's passing has saddened us all.
Passing? He was murdered by one of the fugitives he was harboring.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmatar's grace, and Father Lorgan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid.
That is true.
Thank you, stranger. I take some solace knowing that he died in Ilmatar's service.
Does Ilmatar's service involve protecting heretic absolutists? Or perhaps I missed that sermon.
Enough, Bill. You seem a kind soul. Our temple is open to you. Walk well.
Of exactly this. Exactly this.
Ilmatar's edict is to welcome all into his embrace. Salve all silver.
Can't believe anyone would murder Father Lorgan.
There's enough blood to make a believer out of anyone.
Valerie, what are you?
Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmatar. I wouldn't go that far, but the investigator is being particularly challenging right now. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our High Priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Baldur. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder, and is content to blame Baldur, the politically convenient target.
Yeah.
Feel free to look around the temple, but fair warning. The investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence. I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year. Peacefully, mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit. Shira's caress would be my best bet. That's her usual haunt after closing a case. Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start. Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really.
Fair. Okay.
I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
Getting a lot of inspiration. A mass book used by the Broken Gods congregation during regular services. There are a lot of hymns about self-flogging scattered throughout the tome. I don't remember what Ilmatar is the god of. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up for a second. Okay. Ilmatar, known to the Ayuatun people of the Great Glacier as Aeruk, and to Anguliatan people as... Wow, there's a lot of really interesting names that I can't pronounce. Was the Faerunian intermediate deity of endurance, martyrdom, perseverance, and suffering. I mean... And he's mad? He got supposedly killed. I don't know, it kind of sounds like that's what they're all about. Uncharmingly alliterative tome brings attention to one particular page. The Haliphant, a most mild-mannered Mastodon. 'Tis rare to find, dear reader, a creature of such benevolent countenance as the noble Haliphant. The only wrinkle with the fine beast I have found is upon its leathery hide. On the topic of wrinkled skins, other angelic forms in Mount Celestia are gigantic, so mayhaps this skin will tighten when the Haliphant engorges in celestial size. Ah, 'tis but an errant wondering. Whilst conversing with one of their breed, Lulu, I learned that the Haliphant averts its wants from mortal vices at all cost, and has an wow, I don't know how to say that. Indefatigable. Indefatigably. Wow. I cannot. I cannot. I end up gonna sing. I don't even know what I'm gonna end up saying. It's okay. Buoyant and cheery view of the mortal plains. I couldst not bring myself to quash these imaginings of our realm, and only hope we one day rise to this creature's conception of our kind. So I'm guessing the investigator is a Haliphant? A combat manual. Oh. Are they a sort of monk? Many would ask how the open-hand temple should respond to acts of violence against our persons. Well, it is a most sticky conundrum. We must rely on the gifts granted to us by our suffering God, that of curative miracles. As long as you can salve yourself, your fellow congregants, and even the wayward minds of your vicious assailants, that must be your approach. For we are not to inflict suffering, only to alleviate it. Besides, there's always nearby flaming fists to handle that sort of distasteful thing. Hopefully. So I wonder if you play a cleric of Ilmatar, if you can't attack people, even if you are attacked, like you physically cannot do anything other than heal. That would be an interesting way to play. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. A transcription of a sermon given in Baldur's Gate in 1368 DR. Ball can teach us about suffering. Please, hold your gasps, patient flock. I assure you there is a point to this unorthodox subject matter. I'm sure you've heard the gathering rumors about the recently deposed Grand Duke-elect Savrak Ankev. They are true. He engineered the sickness within our nation's iron. He slaughtered Duke Elton, and yes, he nearly set Baldur's Gate and Aun into a full-throated war against each other. All this for one whose name you should know with fear, but nary speak. Ball, a murder most complete. This is why our work is important, you noble tormented. Suffering must be balanced, alleviated. We must bear its lashings on our shoulders when we can, for if we do not, our Lord on the rack's enemies will press upon it and allow its weight to tip and crush the world as we know it into a bloody pulp. These are the stakes, my suffering lambs. This is the rod our backs must bear. Damn. And can I? Thank you. Ah, this is so cool. Baldur's Mouth, Baldur's Gate Printing and Publishing Company, established in 1339. The price is 2 gold. Etvard Needle, Editor-in-Chief, Edition 80. Calls to ban refugee help in Rivington, with a picture of the dear investigator we just saw. Refugee allegedly slaughters benevolent Father Lorgan, Inspector Valeria to investigate. Armies of the Absolute massing around Moonrise Towers. Feywild Circus appears in the middle of Rivington. Shunning, upper city closed off. Not a good look. The Fists recruits. Only you can protect Baldur's Gate. Only you can protect Baldur's Gate. Chares's Caress deal. Leskin lap dance 2 for 1 with ostrich plumes. That's so cool. Matter of soups and starvation, is that what that said? I implore you, Rector Yanis, Father Lorgan, to restore your temple's most wonderful soup kitchen to our encampment. My precious baby loved the aptly named meat slop you served. Even if other ungrateful sorts here turned up their noses, I can only sacrifice my own meager rations in his name for so long. Yours faithfully, Fortuno Dibs. Oh! Fortuno for Biscotti? Biscotti loved it. That's too cute. This light read for younger worshippers opens on the following adage. On the first day, Tyr saw the world's injustice, though his eyes were blind. On the second day, Torm was slain and returned to serve the truth. On the third day, Ilmatar wept for all that came before and all that was to come. The age of the steel watch approaches. The immutable logic and impeccable judgment of complex machinery will pass law without fault and without hesitation. Why must we risk the lives of those brave enough to accept the mantle of city guard in the fray with common thugs? Moreover, why must we ask the liberty of citizens at the mercy of the vice and caprice of others who take this mantle for ill? Worry no longer, as the steel watch automatons take to the streets. I'm not very fond of automation, honestly. There is a place for it, but I don't think it's within the guards.
Against Father Lorcan.
Soups of the Realm by Brother Donick. Dippin' soup. A selection of soups have been outlined in the sticky, often splattered pages of this missive. Dippin' soup. Sometimes you've got nice bread, and nothing's better than dipped bread. 1. Mash up healthy chunk of tomatoes nice and pulpy in a pot, getting rid of the skins if you can be bothered. Cut half an onion. Slap a couple garlic cloves with your palm. Grab a couple herbs if you've got them. Dried will do. Cut a small chunk of lard or other fat. Crack some salt and pepper. Add to the tomatoes. Heat your pod for half an hour or so until thick and dippable. Pick out your chunks of onion, lovely snack, and garlic, smelly snack, and taste for seasoning. Taste for pleasure with some nice bread, a hunk of cheese, or just scoop with your hands if that's all you've got. Potato chowder. Look, if all you've got is potatoes, you've got to make potato soup. This chowder makes it not horrid. What are you talking about? Potatoes are amazing, no matter what. 1. Put your lard in a pot, a chunky one, mind. When it stops being lard and starts being hot lard, add any good-smelling veggies, leeks, garlics, onions, that you've chopped all thin. Please salt this so it doesn't taste of nothing. 2. When it's soft and good-smelling, chuck in any flour you've got and stir the mixture so you don't burn. Note for me, it's very important to not burn it. Emphasize. 2.5. Please do not let it burn. That'd be rubbish. 3. If you're fancy and have wine, or have a generous stocked temple wine cellar nearby, add a bit of it now and cook it off. Then, when it's gone, add some wedged potatoes and a lot more liquid. Not wine this time, or you'll have a headache the next morning. 4. Cook it for half an hour or so till the potatoes are nice and tender, and mash them up in the liquid. If you've got any cow products, cheese, milk, and the like, add them now for extra delicious results. Makes me wonder if they're going to be putting out a Baldurian cookbook. For the eyes of Father Sormul of the Open Hand Temple only. Field Report. Benton the Devout. Marpoth 12, 1368 DR. Today a roughshod group of adventuring sorts happened upon my little patch of Firewine Bridge, so I naturally espoused the benefits of our shattered saint unto them. Can you conceive of what they said to me, Arch-sufferer? Arch-suffer? Or is it supposed to be Arch-sufferer? I don't know. After I had warned them of the evils of the most perverted of magics, this group of degenerates claimed to house sorcerers. They would not heed my warnings about this degenerate magic, nor would they cast off all earthly belongings and join our flock. The feeling in the pit of my stomach as they cast pitying eyes across my pathetic form. What exquisite holy suffering. Okay. That's an interesting one.
Kitchen. Visitors kindly keep to common areas. Food will be served at meal times.
I've said all I have to say already. Now I just want to pack up my kitchen and leave. Soup kitchen's no good if we've no one to feed soup to. Besides, Father Lorgan's gone. Murdered. And now they're blaming a refugee for it. Some folk didn't like how he looked after the refugees, but I don't think they'd kill him for it. At least, I hope they wouldn't. That's a scary thought.
Yeah. Wait,
Look, I need to finish up
I know.
here.
There's blood. Wait. Am I just missing something? Oh, there is blood. Lovely. What's this door lead to? Okay, this door leads outside to the balcony. I don't think there's anything that I need to look for out there. Everything soup. Leads to the dormitories. Okay, we'll go down here first and see what's down here. Lots of blood. It's very lovely. Hammers and rope.
What's in here?
I have battled. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next?
Okay, hang on. Sorry, you're kind of in the way. Any rotten things? There's blood everywhere.
That's curious.
Okay, before we check out whatever he just found. A collection of Father Lorgan's writings on despondency. Perhaps the hardest suffering to ail is that which dulls, but does not pang. Weariness sits deep within one's soul, but it casts its miring net across the surface, dampening all arrogant thoughts and feelings in its wake. Malaise of this sort can rot the heart, if left to fester, but must be extricated carefully. Above all else, the weary soul knows itself better than you can. Do not condescend, do not assume, do not impose. Simply avail yourself as a tool to the weary. Let them know you can be used however they might need. A book of Ilmatar's death rites. This page on the turning is particularly dog-eared. There will come many a time, O worshipful tormented, that you will have to comfort a faithless unfortunate as they pass from this life to the next, or perhaps even more distastefully, you may be faced with the dying acolyte of a wretched god, keen to shirk the blasted afterlife awaiting them. The Lord on the rack grants us a great many powers, but altering the moral velocity of a soul is one we cannot shift on the deathbed. If one has lived a life of sin, their soul is bound for a sinful place, no matter their final protestations. However, it would do much more harm than good to tell them this. Ilmatar does not forbid the speaking of untruth, no matter how polite society deems the act. If it would spare the dying wretch some suffering as they pass, tell them that the weeping god awaits them with his balming embrace. Make them believe, whatever torment their soul bears in the realm beyond, it remembers not their body, so spare them at least this final passing moment from the hardship. Some interesting readings. Oh. Well, I pressed a button. A pickaxe. Requesting to be freed of Ilmatar's service for the duration of a 10-day, as the writer mourns Father Lorgan. Damn. An elegiac? An elegiac? Fugue in the key of D minor, entitled Ode to the Oppressed. I'm guessing the button either unlocked this door or this door. Either way. Glass. Miracles of the Outer City.
Watch yourself. I spy a trap.
Uh-oh. A record of alleged miraculous phenomena on the outskirts of Baldur's Gate attributed to Ilmatar. Customer of Gildro Angle Iron reckons he healed up mighty quick from painful forge burns. Asked if Ilmatar had something to do with the irksome talkative gent outside Carmen's powerful agent of suffering. Soup still showing up at refugee camp even after temple closed kitchen. Man's hands tied together in horse reins claims he's a holy symbol. Manip Nestor reports feeling close to his duty since relocation to refugee camp. Interesting. I don't know how those are considered miracles, but whatever. Display case. Ooh. Ooh. That'll be very useful for Will. Alright, we're all gonna get out of the way. But Astarion,
how delicious.
Go right ahead and try to disarm that. Only 2 points short. Weird that it... Oh. Okay, well.
Simple.
Of course. Of course. We got a 30. Ooh.
Into my pocket.
The book tells the story of a patriarch woman who gave up her fortune to become a cleric of Ilmatar in service in the outer city, and now seeks to be canonized after her death. Herein is the full of true account of my bid to be canonized after my death as Saint Brigid of Ilmatar. The broken God, he of compassion and mercy, the one who endures. I lived a blessed life of every privilege a patriarch woman can fathom. My parents were loving and generous, my community warm, our larder was always full to bursting. But in the years after the death of Saravak, my eyes were opened to the world as it is, a world of pain and danger, a world where evil, if left unchecked, can thrive. I realized that my blessing had a cost. Why had I so much where others had so little? I could no longer remain in the gilded Elysium of the upper city, and sought to see the world as it truly was. Interesting.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. If not over, then through. Cursed to put my hands on everything.
A crypt? This must be where Shira Clarwin is buried.
I would assume.
Here lies Satida Atana, born 1411 DR, died 1485 DR. Here lies Reloric Windbane, born 1399 DR, died 1486 DR. Here lies Sister Shira Clarwin, date of birth unknown, died 1491 DR.
Here it is, the tomb of the Amulet Spirit's granddaughter. Time for a family reunion.
Darling Shira, faithful to the crying god, long didst I wait, only to find thine empty flesh. Gone, thou might be, alas. Honored Shira, her spirit hath fled, and her body but merely a husk. Swear I did to shed this foul mania and bestow it upon Shira. She was to endure, to suffer, as was her god Ilmatar's wont. Who now shall bear the madness Shah has wrought on me, so I might no longer suffer? Oh, shall it be thou? Well, if laugh I must, let our alliance end on a lark.
I thought that might happen. All right. You know.
cannot contain me. No I, no me. Here's where I be.
Oh god. Okay.
Got to focus.
Take two.
Victor's path.
Come on, can't stay idle.
This flesh cannot contain me. No I, no me. Here's where I be.
This can't be the end.
Eternally cast then my spirit be. No. Morning Lord, I call to thee. Lend your forbearance.
No. Jesus.
That didn't sound very pleasant. You'd almost feel sorry for him.
Almost, but not really.